You ever get that like nails on a chalkboard feeling when you hear certain phrases?
Oh, yeah.
Like, those sayings that we hear like, all the time.
Yeah.
But they kind of make you cringe a little inside.
Yeah.
Well, get ready because today's deep dive is all about those kind of verbal pitfalls, I guess you could say. The phrases we hear all the time, but maybe we shouldn't be saying ourselves right.
Right.
We're going to be exploring this really fascinating article I found called Phrases You Should Quit Saying.
Okay.
And really like dig into the why behind like why they make us cringe,
Yeah, sounds interesting.
So what I'm hoping you get out of this deep dive is like a fresh perspective on how we communicate, right?
Yeah.
It's not about being the language police or anything like that. It's more about like uncovering these subtle ways our words can impact other people. And maybe, just maybe, discover some more effective ways to express ourselves.
For sure. I like that.
Speaking of phrases that make us cringe, let's tackle, I don't know, classic, I guess you could call it. No offense, but
Ooh, that's a good one.
I feel like this phrase is almost always followed by something that is, well, pretty offensive.
Yeah, right.
It's like,
Have you noticed that too?
it's like trying to have your cake and eat it too. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we want to say something that could be hurtful,
Right.
but we also don't want to take responsibility for how it lands.
Oh, totally.
Like trying to protect ourselves.
It's so fascinating, isn't it? It makes me wonder, like,
Yeah.
if it's connected to that whole, like, passive-aggressive thing,
Oh, for sure.
where we kind of tiptoe around saying what we really mean.
Exactly. No offense, but it's like a shield. Lets us deliver a jab, but still maintain that like veneer of politeness.
Right?
But let's be honest,
Yeah.
it rarely softens the blow.
You never?
In fact, it just emphasizes how insensitive the comment is,
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Shift gears. Yeah, let's shift gears to a phrase that, while not necessarily offensive, can feel really dismissive.
Okay.
It is what it is.
Oh, yes.
It just seems to shut down any further discussion or problem solving, you know?
Yeah, it really does.
Did we think about that one?
To me, it signals a fixed mindset.
Okay.
It's like saying, this is how it is, and nothing can change it. And sometimes acceptance is important, that's right.
Right.
But using it is what it is can be a real conversation killer.
Totally.
Especially when someone's looking for support or trying to brainstorm solutions.
It's like, why even bother talking about it?
Exactly.
But sometimes talking about it is exactly what we need
Absolutely.
to process our emotions or find a way forward,
I agree.
Okay, on to another phrase that can be tricky. Everything happens for a reason.
Ooh, yeah, I've heard this one a lot.
Yeah.
This one's tricky.
I'll admit, I've used this one myself, like with good intentions, but I can see how it might not always land well.
No, it doesn't always.
What do you think?
When someone's really hurting, the last thing they need is a philosophical platitude.
Yeah.
Even if your heart's in the right place, it kind of minimizes their pain and makes them feel like their feelings aren't valid,
Makes sense.
It's like saying there's this like silver lining to their suffering.
Right.
And well, let's be honest, that's not always the most comforting message.
It's not, no.
No.
So what do you think is a better approach in those situations?
Instead of looking for a reason or a lesson
Right.
in their pain, just focus on empathy
Okay.
and validation.
Okay.
Just saying, I'm so sorry you're going through this, can be more powerful than any explanation,
That's a really good point.
Sometimes just listening is the most powerful thing we can do.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about a phrase that is practically guaranteed to escalate a situation
Oh, I know this one.
rather than calm it down.
Calm down.
Calm down.
Oh, it's like throwing gasoline on a fire.
Oh, totally.
It's dismissive. It implies they're overreacting.
Right.
It just makes them feel more misunderstood.
That's frustrated.
Yeah, it's like saying your feelings aren't valid,
Exactly.
which is never, ever a good way to start a conversation.
No, it's not.
What do you think would be better?
I think acknowledge their feelings first,
Okay.
then maybe gently suggest a calming activity, but only after they've had a chance to, express themselves.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, this next one's a personal pet peeve of mine.
All right, let's hear it.
Just saying.
Ooh, interesting.
I always feel like it's this sneaky way to backpedal
Oh, yeah.
on a potentially controversial statement.
It's like a classic way to avoid accountability.
Right?
It's like
Yeah.
instead of standing behind what you said,
Yeah.
just saying
Yeah.
creates all this distance between you and what you said.
Exactly. It's like
I
the,
think God, but I don't really want to be responsible for it.
it's a little bit cowardly, isn't it?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Like trying to get away with saying something,
right.
but without actually taking ownership of it.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Owning your words is crucial.
Okay.
Even if people disagree with you.
Good point.
Yeah.
Okay. Last but not least, a phrase that, while often well-intentioned, can be a bit of a landmine.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
You look tired,
I can see that.
you know?
Yeah. It might seem harmless on the surface,
It does.
but you're kind of drawing attention to their appearance in a way that could be negative.
Right.
It's like saying they don't look their best,
Yeah.
which can be embarrassing or even hurt their feelings.
Totally.
And let's be honest, nobody wants to be told they look tired.
Nobody. No.
Yeah.
Even if someone is genuinely tired, pointing it out can make them feel self-conscious.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like saying, hey, you don't look so good today.
Right.
Not really what you want to hear.
No, definitely not.
So what would you say instead?
How are you doing?
Oh, that's easy.
It shows you care about their well-being without making any judgments about how they look.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So what are we really taking away from all this?
That's a great question.
I think the biggest takeaway is that language is powerful.
It is.
The words we choose, they can build others up or they can tear them down,
It's true.
you know?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think by becoming more mindful of our words,
Okay.
we can communicate with more empathy, more respect,
Right.
and just more authenticity, you know?
It's like we're constantly refining our communication toolbox,
yeah.
swapping out those rusty old tools.
Ones that don't work anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
For something a bit more, I don't know,
Polished.
polished. Yeah.
Effective.
Effective.
Yeah.
It's an ongoing process, isn't it?
It really is, yeah.
Language is constantly evolving. New phrases emerge all the time.
It's true.
It's up to us to stay informed
Right.
and adapt our communication style
Absolutely.
to reflect, a deeper understanding of how our words impact others.
So true. So true.
Well, that was a deep dive and a half.
I enjoyed that.
Me too. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
I hope you learned something new today. And until next time, happy communicating.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.